Hi, welcome to Miss Annette's Little Farm in the Big City, a place where you and I and your family can reconnect. Today on the Little Farm, we're going to reconnect to the earth as we get the scoop on animal poop. Things are getting melty here on the little farm, and I have a lot of chores to do today. My number one chore today is to clean up all the animal poop. The animal paddocks are full of poo. Got chicken poo, duck poo, and goat poo. There are a few things that I use when I'm cleaning out the paddock. I use a bush rake. It's small, and I'm more comfortable using that. Some people could use bigger rakes, but since I'm such a small person, this is handy. And a scoop shovel. It's not a snow shovel, it's a scoop shovel, so it's a little bit flatter and wider. I use this and my wheelbarrow. Since everything's so muddy, I'm just going to be raking gently. I don't want to be hauling mud. Oh, they love it when there's water all over the place. The reason there's so much buildup of poo in the barnyard is because we've lost our decomposers. It's too cold for the worms and the flies and the roly-poly bugs to be out here helping us decompose all that poo. So it builds up. And also, even though I try to keep the barnyard clean, when it's snowing out or when everything is frozen, it's hard to keep it clean. Today's a good day. It's about 50 degrees right now. It's supposed to get up to 55. It's really windy, but today's a good day to get that poo cleaned up. I don't usually like to talk about poop, but you know, we had a lot of poop here on the little farm. How many times have I said poop? Okay, poop, poop, poop. Poop tells you a lot about an animal. It tells you whether an animal is healthy or unhealthy. Goat poop should look like this. It should be little round balls. It's in round balls for a couple of reasons. The goat has 4 stomachs, and the food ends up staying in the large intestine for a while. As the food stays in the large intestine, it starts to dehydrate, and it turns into these little, hard, dry balls. That means your goat is nice and healthy. Hey, chickens! Pretty girls! Chicken poo, on the other hand, is very wet and slimy, and you don't want to mess with it. But it should be brown with a white cap on it. And that means your chickens are healthy when you're looking at their poop. Duck poo's a little bit runny and kind of looks like chicken poop with a little bit of white and a little bit of green or brown. One of the top 10 questions we get here on the little farm is, what do you do with all the poop? Well, what we do with our poop is we compost it. Animal feces can be hot or cold. Well, you'd think it would all be hot, right? Because it's coming out of an animal's body, but it isn't. It depends on the nitrogen inside of the poop. So some is hot and some is cool. So the cool poop you can use in the soil right away. The hot poop, you have to let it sit for a while. So since This is a combination. I always put it in the compost and let it sit for a while, because you don't want to put hot poop on your plants or in your soil right away. You want it to cool down. So, which is which? Well, goat poop is the cool poop, and I could put that directly on my plants or in my soil. And the chicken and the duck poop is hot, so I have to let it cool down a little bit in the compost. Composting animal waste can convert organic matters into absorbable nutrients. It improves the soil tilth, increases water holding capacity, lessens erosion, improves soil aeration, and benefits the soil microorganisms and plants. Do not put dog poop in the compost. Put some heat on these kitchen scraps to help it get absorbed into the soil. I also get asked a lot if the animal poop stinks. I will be honest and say the chicken poop and the duck poop is very stinky, and the goat poop is just a little bit. It smells very goaty, but it's not a bad smell to me anyway. Well, these animals are letting me know they've had enough, and it's time for me to get them some food and some attention. I hope I answered some of your questions today about poop on the little farm. It was a lot of fun making this video. I'm glad you stopped by. Thank you for visiting Miss Annette's little farm in the big city. Make sure you get outside today. Make some earth to self connections, all right? And we'll see you next time. Bye! All right, everybody. Come on, let's go get some food. You hungry? Everybody's hungry? Come on, babies. Let's go. All right, everybody. All right, come on. Let's go. Come on, everybody. Let's go. Animal parade.